My name is Jonathan Busby. I suffer with mental health issues, including depression, anxiety and eating disorder bulimia. 2006, I was diagnosed with bulimia. I'd spent a large part of my teenage years and early 20s being heavily overweight. This became an issue for me. I decided to go through a bit of a change in life, change my diet, started training a lot more, looking after myself. My coping mechanism for my obviously weight and stuff like that was to train. I trained quite a lot, probably excessively. Unfortunately for me, this led to certain injuries over the years. This then led to further mental health issues. In 2015, I was diagnosed with depression and anxiety. Once I was diagnosed with depression and anxiety, it was quite a difficult thing to be diagnosed with and to sort of admit that there was issues, especially as sort of a guy. You know, it is a quite difficult thing to come out and say, and difficult thing to ask for help. My problem was I was never a big talker. I didn't want to tell anybody what was going on, and this sort of just led to a downward spiral. I think around 2016, I started to really hit my worst period. I had just sort of withdrawn into myself. I had sort of walked away from football, I'd withdrawn from family and friends and things like that. And it was around that time I seriously had thoughts of suicide, and I think it was just a want of looking for peace and looking for an out, because I was just tired and just didn't have the enthusiasm for life anymore. That, for me, that was the choice that I was making, was to end my life. Certainly not an easy decision, but at that time when you're in that position and you're in that headspace, I don't really think you're thinking of anything around you. You're just thinking about your own personal self and basically just, I suppose, wanting the pain the end, wanting the hurt the end, and looking for that peace of mind. I had thought about ending my life in my garage. You know, waiting until my wife had went to work and my daughter was at school, and certainly the plan was to hang myself. I think that day where I had pretty much, you know, in my mind decided to end my life, for whatever reason, I don't know. That was the day then I sort of knew I had two choices to make, and one was to commit suicide and be done with it, or to speak out and ask for help. I think my wife Kathy had always known, obviously being diagnosed with bulimia early on. We just sort of started going out a couple of years, so she knew there was things going on. Didn't know obviously how severe, because I'd be quite good at hiding things. But I think I just came to that realization that, you know, I wanted to live, and by making that decision, I knew that I needed to be open and honest with her first and foremost, and then obviously my sister, who I'm very, very, very close with. But both of them have been absolutely fantastic. I would say I put them through quite a lot, but they've been there every step of the way, and I can't thank them enough. One of the biggest steps was to attend the charity PIPs up on the Antrim Road there. I can remember driving up that day. I actually went on my own, and I think I sat outside for about 3 hours. Must have got out of the car about 10 times, go in, don't go in, and I walked in, and the receptionist was absolutely fantastic. You know, just made me feel welcome, and I basically broke down in tears. And I was able to see somebody that day, there and then, get a lot off my chest, and I think, you know, maybe subconsciously left that place that day knowing that I'd sort of made the right decision. Managed Bangor Amateurs for a few seasons, and around the sort of latter part of my time at Bangor Amateurs was when I was struggling massively personally with my mental health. Everything just had an effect on me. You know, didn't matter whether it was going down to training or boys not turning up for training, results, whether good, bad or indifferent. I just took everything so seriously. I decided to step away from Bangor Amateurs and sort of concentrate on getting better. And then after I suppose about a year away, the opportunity came up with Abbeyville and to come and manage here, and I was obviously successful in my application. And you know, again, I seen that as a bit of a milestone, a bit of a step in the right direction for me personally. In my recovery, one thing that I wanted to do was learn from my experiences at Bangor Amateurs and decisions that I made, and things that I had around me coming to this football club. And one of the things that I promised myself that I would be was more open and honest about the situation that I was in and some of the issues that I had. It was important that I had the right support around me. I was open and honest with the committee here, and they've been a massive support to me. And I've never been afraid to tell them when I've maybe been having sort of down times. One of the things through sports is they're trying to do is go into football clubs and you know, we're trying to create mental health policies of our own to support our members and our players, you know, both young and old. I think Abbey Villa plays a massive part in the community of Malile and possibly further afield. So we want to be giving people a sort of space where they can come and feel comfortable, and if there's people that they want to talk to, you know, we can sort of send them in the right direction as well for the help that they maybe need. Sports is obviously providing that opportunity for us and other people, so it's something that we really want to push. I personally availed of a couple of the services that they can help with, and I found it very beneficial. The Jonathan Busby of 2020 is somebody who just continues to take each day as it comes. I have my good days, I have my bad days, but I've got certain coping mechanisms that I use well. It's not easy. I think it's something that I've come to terms with. My mental health issues is something that I'll probably live with. But you know, I'm enjoying down here. I'm enjoying my football. I'm passionate about sports, so I've got things in my life that I'm passionate about, and I feel every day I've got something to get up for.